That's all I ever want. I want to be fucked so vigorously and violently by my internet speeds that I just shit blood all over my desktop forever.
I just want you to know that they didn't get the internet service provider part. You're just...
all the better.
Better. That didn't help. Can you go to fast.com in your internet browser? I need to confirm. You know?
Kevin, do you think dropping the quality of the stream might help?
There's a quality control?
I think?
Not really.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I could drop the resolution down.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I mean...
I'd have to restart the stream again.
I'm currently getting 28 megabits per second.
58.
What am I getting?
44.
Well, when you pay for 1,000, 58's kind of poo-poo.
Yeah, we pay for 1,000. You should, message Match on it. Like, hey,
Hey, buds.
I'm getting 180.
What do you pay for?
I'm not sure. I think something like that. How many megabits do we pay for, Vanessa? Do you know? Vanessa has no idea, but I think it's somewhere around there.
What?
Our internet?
Around what?
I'm getting about 180 megabits per second right now.
Hey, thanks for the subscription, Quisadeli.
Quisadeli.
21 months. We can drink now.
Clear to hair? But that's not how
Hey, Kevin.
months work.
Kevin, can you swivel in your chair? And move your mic?
Oh.
Is cat.
Move your arm!
Him.
Oh.
Gato.
Ah,
Hi.
Neko.
Your head is too small for your body.
That's a mean thing to say to Kevin.
Hey.
No, my head's too big. I have a big head.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
You call me fat?
No, I'm
'Cause if
calling
you are-
dumb.
Oh, I
Because
want
your brain's small.
I want you to call. It's because it's all got all content inside of it. No room for facts, just content
brain.
creation.
Hi.
Just content creation.
We need to
Let's
film
just-
another one of those at some point.
Yeah, let's just get started real quick here. Let's just try to do this.
Let's
I
just
guess.
Let's pound out some topics while the internet
We're doing it
well, it's
live.
somewhat
Blaze
stable.
it through.
Yeah, let's get pounding.
Ooh, I like that.
How was everyone's 2021?
It was fine.
Good.
Had a small gathering with some friends.
Well, I just meant like your year in general.
Oh, how was my 2021?
Yeah.
Mostly pretty good. Got engaged.
Same.
Planned almost an entire wedding.
Not same.
I helped plan almost an entire wedding, like an infinitesimal amount, because Vanessa did most of it. As I've been corrected. Fair enough.
I got my license
Nice.
and somehow got a car.
Nice.
Also, yay!
Overall, I think 2021 is pretty okay.
I don't feel completely dead inside yet.
Nice. That's positive.
That's good.
I think that's a good thing.
The channel grew a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Got some new followers and
Gosh,
some
you're so
new
cute.
friends along the way.
Harry.
The real 2021 were the friends we made along the way.
Harry.
Harry.
He's not even here.
I know.
I'm just so defeated right now.
I didn't want pumpkin seeds.
You're getting pumpkin seeds.
Was that supposed to be a transition into Arcane?
No.
Not even a little bit.
You said defeated, so I'm trying to make connections here. So I was looking at the next topic. I was like, huh?
Oh, the misery.
Yeah.
Oh,
Imagine
all right.
Dragons. Okay, we're just
Okay, I got a hot take. Not a hot take.
Dragons?
It sounds that the Arcane intro sounds like every other Imagine Dragons song on the fucking planet, but it still fucking slaps.
Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine Dragon is Good.
There's a couple Imagine Dragons songs that I don't like,
I like
but
Imagine Dragons.
no, I like Imagine Dragons too. But like, there's a few songs where I'm just like, I'm going to another song.
I am generally disinterested in Imagine Dragons, so hearing them crowbarred into everything is just.
I think. Well, I think someone said it on your post yesterday on the internet where they were on Twitter where they were saying that
Apparently,
that they've got a history with League. So
yeah, which makes sense, but it's also like, okay, this sounds like every other Imagine Dragons song.
I enjoy it. I was like, I've only heard it 3 times. And I'm pretty sure on the third listen, there's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this song eventually. This is going to end up on my phone.
I've heard about it a bajillion times because of TikTok. It's been
Is it? This is why I'm glad I'm not TikTok because I'm not on TikTok because it doesn't beat songs I like to death.
Yeah, I like TikTok.
Yeah,
It's a good time waster.
But speaking of Arcane and things that slap, how about that Arcane?
Yeah, we're already talking about it. It's already up.
I know.
look
Shut
at the
up.
graphics, Steve.
The graphics.
No, you're an Arcane.
I mean, sure.
I wish.
What does that mean?
What the hell does that even mean?
So that intro sequence was pretty.
Pretty.
The entire show is really fucking pretty.
I will agree with that, except for one thing that always throws me off about it, and it's a problem I've had with Ruby as well.
Is it the random 2D animation?
Yes, it's specifically later. It's not random. It's all of the effects animation. Anytime there's dust or smoke, anytime there's magic or like particle magic, it's specifically the 2D effects animation.
I guess it does go back to Ruby, like season 1. But like,
I wouldn't say season 1. It's really season 5 and 6 was with Ruby where it started with that.
I mean,
yeah.
So for me though, I think that's mostly influenced from Into the Spider-Verse because that was the first like huge blockbuster to do that. Well, not the first, but like the
I could
most
see
recent
that
one. And so like after that, you can actually see that there have been like several animated movies that have been like just heavily influenced by Spider-Verse, where you can actually see their like artistic kind of pulls from it and whatnot.
During that brawl in the first episode, did anyone else see the spit that just floated there after it left the person's mouth after they got punched in the face?
I did not.
It looked weird to me.
We're talking about how pretty things are. One, the show is fucking gorgeous and almost like other than I mean, I didn't notice the effects because that's like you media nerds. But Vanessa actually pointed out that it had a very Treasure Planet like vibe to it.
Yep.
I would say specifically the character designs are very reminiscent of Treasure Planet.
And the steampunk, the kind of steampunk vibe to it too.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can look up the character designer.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I really enjoy the. So I guess we're starting with episode 1 where it's.
That's where you normally start.
Yeah, exactly. Where just kind of skimming through the first part of the episode, it's kind of revealed that our two of our main characters, Vi and Powder, were orphaned as small children and adopted by a man named Vander, who was punching people to death when he found them with giant metal fists.
Mm-hmm.
And
they are called gauntlets.
Yes. And my note on Vander from later in the episode is just because you are a bad guy does not mean you are a bad guy.
But you gotta say it with an Australian accent.
No, it's not even that. I just thought it was he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
I don't think he was.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Very morally gray, I would say.
I mean, he's just.
I think what happened
he's
in
fighting
that
the
opening
system, Steve.
sequence. What happened in that opening sequence was there was a rebellion from the lower classes that he was leading,
right?
And it failed, and so that's what do they call the police in this one?
Enforcers.
Enforcers, and so that's what he was fighting the enforcers there.
Well, in all fairness, he runs a bar that seems to be a hive of scum and villainy. So I'm like, I mean, anyway, I thought my joke was funny.
I think he's more of a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another great line was when there was some people like talking in his bar. Says, "Don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks." And I noticed, yeah, always a good life choice.
Yeah.
We are
Speaking
skipping
of,
over the entire heist, by the way.
I mean, I'm just talking about Vander
okay.
in general. Yeah. So Kevin, you're our resident League expert, I suppose.
Can anyone actually be defined as a League expert?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, in the person in this group who has played more League than all of the rest of us.
I've played League since 2010.
Exactly. So,
I have
Kevin,
a skin that proves I was in season 1 of League.
So,
Fucking nerd.
my question is, out of all the characters that have been introduced through all 3 episodes, like without any like spoilers, which ones are from the game and which ones are made up from the show? Obviously, our two leads, Powder and Vi, are both in the game.
Yes. Well, Jinx and Vi.
Jinx and Vi, yes.
Kevin calls Vi V because he never heard her name.
Because so the whole thing is in the game of League of Legends. Like, there's no story. There is story, there's lore and stuff, but you have to kind of go looking for it.
It's like voice lines between characters, though, right?
Yeah.
Not even. Like, the characters don't really interact with each other. You can only really hear your character's kind of monologue, and it's only, like, repeated over and over again and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's things like when they're, like, recalling or using abilities, things like that, or, like, returning to the battle, stuff like that. Essentially, the game of League of Legends is... Do you know what Battle World is from, like, Marvel Comics or DC Comics or something?
Leave her alone, Soko.
It's essentially, it's this guy who pretty much summons all these heroes and villains to fight each other. That's essentially what League of Legends is, the game. It's pulling these characters from all across the universe to fight each other. So there's naturally not much story or anything like that, just because that's not what the game is. That being said, yes, Jinx and Vi are 2 characters in the game. I think Soko's playing with the strings on my sweater on the back of my chair.
I saw that. I was like, I saw something fly over from your shoulder there.
What are you doing?
Oh, Steve, you see, I didn't know that. Anyways, but then Jace is a character.
Which one was Jace?
Jace is the guy that's like struggling to become a scientist.
He's the guy who gives off a real James Ironwood vibe.
Yes, we also saw a Krug in a cage. I also did look up a bunch of other hidden Easter eggs, and I'm like, I would have never noticed that.
What about Heimerdinger?
Heimerdinger's a character.
I would hope so, because with a character design and name like that, I don't know how he wouldn't be from the fucking game, because that is certainly a name you can give a character, I suppose.
I actually really like playing as him.
Heimerdinger.
Hey, that's fair. I ain't gonna judge. I just think it's a stupid name.
I will
Echo.
always judge you for playing League of Legends.
Echo is a character.
Who's that?
Echo.
That's the other kid.
The
Kid number 5.
The kid that's in the other shop.
The black kid.
Yes.
With blonde hair.
Okay.
White hair.
White?
Yes.
It's white hair.
Oh.
Heimerdinger. Caitlyn is a character. I already said Jace. Victor is a character.
Oh, interesting.
And I think that's all the characters I can think of right now that have been in
The
the show.
councilwoman? The councilwoman?
I didn't catch her name. I don't think so.
Okay.
What about Silco, Big Baddie?
No, I actually had to double check that. I'm like, is Silco in the game? And no, he's just created for the show.
If he's not, he will be soon.
Interesting.
He should be.
Go
the
ahead.
champs so far,
That's
Powder
an
V.
interesting...
I got them all. Yes.
That's an interesting choice to have the main villain be someone who's not from the game. So, bold choice.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the main villain yet or not. He's just kind of an antagonist as of right now.
I mean,
I would say main villain.
Well, main villain of the first 3 episodes, sure.
do you want to know what my actual prediction is?
Sure.
It's probably because the events of League of Legends, like the video game, take place way after everything. It's probably because that way, like, whatever villain they have, like, they couldn't kill or defeat, because then how are they just going to come back in the video game?
Right.
So I'm willing to bet that they had to choose a character that wasn't in it to actually make it so that it's possible that they could beat him, kind of thing. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know if they are planning on making him a character. I don't know.
Well, Steve says they're adding Silco to TFT, which is that the auto battler?
TFT? Team Fortress 2?
No, that's TF2.
Team Fight Tactic. It is the auto battler for League, which is
Yeah.
actually I played that for like a week solid, and I had a lot of fun. I don't know why I never went back to it. Probably because matches take like 30 minutes. And that's really one of the main reasons why I stopped playing League, is because like matches are like 30 to 40, sometimes like over an hour long.
No, I feel that.
And like when you queue up for a match, you've got to be ready to like dedicate like your time to that match. But yeah. So anyways, so they do their heist in that apartment. Powder steals a bunch of gems.
Sparky Boom Boom gems.
Yes.
I just called them blue marbles.
They get into a fight in the streets where we get to witness Pocket Sand.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Where the head guy, I guess I learned later, is Deckard, and I feel like we got zero backstory on who Deckard was and why we should care.
Who's main guy? What do you mean?
He's the blonde guy who gets mutated later in the
You're not
episodes
supposed to care.
2 and 3.
Yeah, I don't
He's just
think
random
you're supposed
henchman.
Well, no, it was just like because they made a big deal out of like, oh, you got attacked, one of ours. You know,
I think the big deal about that is that people are turning on each other in their city when they're supposed to be working together.
Right.
The upper peoples constantly put them down.
Why are we fighting each other when we got this bigger threat to take care of, kind of thing?
Yeah.
So Powder grabs the loot, gets cornered, and ends up having to huck it into the river or basically get the shit kicked out of her.
Yep. And then we get the line that she jinxes every job.
Oh my God.
They said the name of the thing.
Actually, I did like the physicality of this fight quite a lot. It was it had a little bit of brutality to it.
Which I was talking, so my coworker Joe has watched the entire show already, and he says that the show is kind of, gory at times.
Really?
And I was talking to Chris about this, that like the gore in this I think hits harder than like the gore in Invincible, just because like the gore in Invincible was so comic book and so out there,
over the top. Yeah,
that's like, you're like, okay, yeah, this looks disgusting, but like this could never happen in real life.
No,
but,
you
like,
cannot use a person as a meat grinder.
Yeah,
I don't think Invincible kind of, once it played its hand at the end of the first episode, there wasn't really a lot to it afterwards narratively. It's because like, they're shredding people again.
Yeah, but like this is more like, ooh, that's brutal. Like that guy's getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
So I just think it hits a little harder. I think it's used better in the show so far. That being said, we're only a third of the way done with the show.
that.
Exactly.
But yeah, and then so they go to the underground. There's a bunch of Hidden League references down here in the underground. I looked up a list of Easter eggs. I'm not going to go over them all, but the one I found was the little blue rock thing in the cage. It's called a Krug.
I know. I noticed that, and I was like, the camera is lingering on that way too long for it not to be a reference to League.
That's got to be something.
Like even I was just like, that's got to be something or other. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. And so they keep going. And they get to Vander's bar.
What are the general thoughts on the voice acting so far?
Good.
Pretty good.
You know, apparently Haley Steinfeld voices Vi, and apparently everything that woman touches turns to fucking gold.
I don't know if she's currently.
Example.
I don't know if she's currently Vi or is she young Vi too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any
think so.
examples of other roles?
Haley
Hawkeye?
Steinfeld is in Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was very good. You should watch
I
it.
haven't seen it,
She
so
was in Pitch Perfect 2 and 3.
I think she started out as like a singer, but then kind of transitioned into acting. And you know what? Good for her. She's very good at it.
I did notice as soon as the credits for the first episode rolled that I was like, oh, Milo is played by Yuri Lowenthal. Got it.
By the
Got
way,
it. Cool.
Gwen from Spider-Verse is also played by Haley Steinfeld.
Oh,
Gwen,
that's
the other one.
the other big voice acting role she was.
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess for Yuri's portrayal as Milo. The best comparison for the voice he did there is like when he played Neil in Camp. So
Oh, okay. That's why he sounded so familiar.
yeah,
I know him from stuff, but like
he's
not.
Sasuke.
He's well. I
He's
looked at his
Sasuke?
IMDb.
Yes, he saw. That's like one of his most famous roles, Kevin.
I looked up his IMDb and then just like looked at it. It's like, oh, he's in literally everything.
Yes, he's one of the biggest anime and video game and cartoon voice actors currently working.
Oh, hang on. I'm just gonna interrupt real quick. Hey, Steve. The trumpet, Steve. My cat is 6 months old and 9 pounds. What the
Nice.
fuck? Anyway, continue.
Vander's got a sick ass pipe. I want
Yeah.
that pipe.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get it on Etsy.
It's got like the cool metal like rib cage on the outside.
Let's see if you can get it on Etsy.
Super
thank
cool. If you find it, send me a link.
I'll try to pick him up. He's being very cute right now, though.
Do you even use the pipes you currentally own,
Oh,
Kevin?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Actually,
Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
Nice.
Christmas Eve because it was so fucking
It was so nice
outside.
out. Yeah.
So we had a little bonfire in our tabletop bonfire, and we smoked our pipes.
I don't see anything.
I like pipes because like you don't have to commit to like a whole ass cigar. Like,
But they're a
like,
lot of work.
like with a cigar, like you're like, okay, this is the next 60 minutes of my life.
Yeah, if you want to be a little bitch about it.
Right?
Well, I'm just saying that in the wintertime when you just got like,
Oh,
when you just
yeah.
want to go outside for like maybe half an hour.
Well, okay, wintertime, it was 50 degrees that night.
It was beautiful.
Okay.
Anyways, cool ass pipe. And they keep referencing Little Man.
What the fuck is Little Me?
Well, see, I knew from Mike's Twitter that Heimerdinger was going to be in the show. And then so I was kind of like, are they talking about Heimerdinger? Like, is he like a weird like underground guy? But I don't.
He's a
I don't,
gremlin.
But I don't
No,
think
he's-
so. Because
Sorry.
I
he's
think
like,
they were referencing Echo.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, you think Echo's Little Man?
I think that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
oh, that's right. Because then in the next scene, they're like, where'd you get that intel? And he's like, I found it from some guy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, and then like Echo's like all hyped to talk to them about the heist, like he knew
Yeah.
that it happened.
You're right. It was Echo.
Yeah.
So
Fair
I think
enough.
at some point in this episode, the enforcers show up, headed by a lady cop named Grayson, who I actually liked a lot. She's got a cool voice.
I
that
loved her
woman.
voice.
Her
I
voice is
love
very
that woman.
famous.
She's
She's
amazing.
in I know her from The Expanse. I don't know what else she's been
She
in.
was also in Percy Jackson and...
Didn't see it.
Okay.
Shorshe, oh, I can't pronounce
Yeah,
that.
it's a very Iranian name because she's from Iran.
No, I love her voice though. I was just like, hey, I know that voice from somewhere. Oh, okay, that's where I know her from.
Let's see.
So she shows up and basically tells Vander, basically, yo, we're gonna need to make an example of someone. Give us somebody. And I think I called it like episode 1 that Vander's gonna make himself the example.
Well, yeah.
We get to that later.
Obviously. And I think my last note for the episode is that Powder still has the plot device in her pockets.
Yeah.
The plot device.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I guess plot devices, plural. It was a joke at the time, but then come episode 3,
Yeah, and then but then so Vander was being all fatherly, which Vander has very big daddy energy.
my boy.
But then me and Chris just like looked at each other and were like, Vander's got an expiration date.
I was like, they're spending way too much time on how good he is.
He's too good of a guy. He's
too
fucked.
nice.
He's fucked. And Via's a top tier sister in this.
Yeah. Whoa, the end of this episode.
Up to a point.
And we're talking about episode 1. And I just noted strong cast list, and the gas masks were weird.
Yeah, like I
Well,
don't get that. Like 'cause-
those are gas. Well, I mean, they're gas masks, but they're more respirators than anything
Yeah, but
else.
like, why do
Why?
they need them though?
I think it's more symbolic. It's just like you don't want to breathe the filth of the underground.
Oh, okay.
Could be.
I'm guessing it's
'Cause
also
I don't
probably.
think they wore them up top.
No,
if
they
I
didn't.
No,
recall
they did not.
Well, I would wager that, being that far underground kind of breeds like different kinds of like microbes and stuff like that. And you spend 99% of your time above ground, your immune system is probably not going to protect against it as well as say
They're
like
literal snowflakes.
That's true, but also I think it's more of a keep the poor away from me kind of thing.
Okay.
Ew, pause.
Poor people.
I mean, pretty much. That's
The
what
poor's away from me.
Stay away from my scones.
Oh God.
You pronounce it scones.
Both the air and the people. Sconce.
Is that I think we should probably move on to episode 2 because I
Yep, that
got
was my
nothing
last
else.
No.
Episode 2?
Yes,
Someone-
we see that in episode 2, Jace, who was a scientist who was tinkering with magic,
Tinker.
was the man who they robbed. And like I said earlier, Jace is a League of Legends character, except he's more of like a paladin kind of character, I believe.
He's okay.
Which I guess
He,
paladins are kind of
Where's the
magical.
magic?
So
making magic.
he's sponsored and he's in university sponsored by Caitlyn's family.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Caitlyn pops up very briefly as I think just episode 2 actually.
she's also in episode 3 very briefly.
Oh, yeah.
In episode 3.
Stop
For the
being a
sad-
bitch.
Well,
Oh,
from
fuck.
from all the rest of like the league, all of the arcane stuff that leaks onto my Twitter timeline, she's going to be in a lot more of the episodes afterwards.
Well, she's kind of like a
main
big character.
Yeah,
in the game.
I'm not complaining.
I think you're complaining.
No, I am not.
So
So there's the university investigates him and decides that that shit's too dangerous. We're giving you a disciplinary hearing.
Yeah.
And
And Heimerdinger's like, just don't bring up magic.
don't
You'll
do the
be
magic.
fine if you
This
don't
is-
bring up magic.
Yeah.
When then what
I
did
like-
he do?
I like the concept of that setup, but like the introduction of Heimerdinger
Oh yeah, Mike had thoughts.
brings
about
up
this.
a minor but notable problem I have with the show, where the dialogue just seems like it's written to sound cool sometimes. Like he had literally Heimerdinger's like introductory line is like, "Curious, we imprison the body, but the mind remains free." I'm like, no, it doesn't. If you restrict access to mental stimulus, then the mind is also imprisoned. That's how prison works. You fucking hack.
It's just philosophical. Like, even though your body is trapped, your mind can still wander and ponder and do whatever it wants.
My note on Heimerdinger is he's seen what magic does to civilizations because apparently he's the Yoda of this universe.
Yeah. And it's
But
like, I get
science.
that they're setting him up as
Science
being...
He's Yoda. Science Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I think they're trying to set him up as being not as open-minded as he should be, but it still did not come across as good writing to me.
He did kind of seem a little bit like they couldn't figure out what tone they wanted to get because he seemed to support them at times, but then he was just like, "Nah, don't do that shit" at other times. So it's like,
I think he just wanted to be like, hey, just don't touch this shit again, and all this will blow over so long as you don't bring up the fucking thing.
I think earlier in the episode there's a scene in Vander's tavern, like wherever the Vise gang hangs out, or it's shown that the last drop where Powder is a crack shot with a paintball gun. I was just like, bro, what are you doing? Giving her explosives? Give her a fucking pistol.
Thing. Like, give her a fucking slingshot or some bullshit if you can't afford a gun. Like, for fuck's sake, you know
Like,
what she's good at. Why
That's
are
what
you
she's
making
good
her-
at. Yeah, like invent explosives or some shit. She's obviously terrible at that, like for now, but she's very good with a gun. Like, what the fuck?
She can aim, make her the ranged fighter instead of the brawler.
She becomes a marksman in the game.
Yeah, she is a marksman.
I know. I figured that was the case.
So here's the other thing I haven't said yet. Jinx is like one of my top characters.
I love Jinx.
Like one of my favorite characters to play. I think the only character I like more than Jinx is Ash.
I'm gonna assume Mouser is a thing from the game because she called one of her bombs Mouser, like very early on, like in the
So-
first episode.
in League of Legends, Jinx does have like abilities that are mostly like things she tinkers with. But I think that what she uses in the games are not. They're like jaw traps.
Okay. Oh, that was referenced though, because I'm pretty sure she
yep.
picks one up.
Yep, she sure does.
So Jace is expelled for blowing up a building. Technically not his fault. Then we kind of cut over to fake eye guy, to the dude with the fake eye, who we later learn in the next episode, whose name is Silco, and he is manufacturing purple shit. And Decker drinks some of it and
Purple
just goes,
shit?
"Wah!" He hulks out.
One-eye, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
My notes kind of get a little vague after that. My one note is that we're gonna dispose of all that research. The research was not disposed of.
Well, they're saying they're gonna do it in the morning.
Yeah, but no, my note is that research is not going to be disposed of.
Oh yeah.
The courtroom was really cool.
Yeah, I was just like, this is the most dramatic courtroom I've ever seen in my entire life. Darkness. Darkness. Then a single light beams down on the victim. I'm just like, you guys are so dramatic.
Her little jaw traps are called chompers.
Chomp.
Chomp chomp. What else do I have down here? So, the monkey, the little monkey she uses a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool because Jinx's introduction into the universe in 2013.
Oh wow, she's a latecomer. Sort of.
No, I mean, well, kinda.
Well, 3 years after the premiere.
No, not really.
Well, I mean, the game came out in 2009 technically.
Right. So.
Okay, fair. But so she was introduced in a song called "Get Jinxed," with a kick-ass music video. It's a kick-ass song, but in the music video, she's playing with that same monkey, like the same exact monkey.
Okay.
Boy.
So it kind of all ties back together, and I was kind of like freaking out, and I was like, "Ooh, monkey!" So again, there's like little things for me to nerd out about, but like the entire show isn't just like League of Legends.
It's not just reference.
But if you play the game and you know some of the lore, there's like stuff to like.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the big strengths of that show, is that it is very much trying to distance. Not that League had a big plot at all in the first place, but it is very much trying to be like, listen, you don't need to know jack shit about the fucking games for this to work for you.
I mean, when you're making a video game, movie, show, whatever, you need to do that. That's like, I think, step one of writing your video game movie is making it so that any Joe Schmo off the street can go see it. Because if that's not the case, you are severely, pretty much eliminating most of the general public from your audience.
Correct.
So, and that's why I think that they've kind of learned that recently with video game movies, like the success of Sonic and of, hell, even Marvel movies. Like, Marvel movies pretty much established from the beginning, you do not need to know about comics to enjoy these movies.
Exactly.
So, I think that was kind of like the beginning of that realization of that's how you do these niche kind of adaptations.
So at the end of episode 2, or near the end of episode 2, Jace looks like...
Shut up,
sorry,
Steve.
what?
No, sorry. Steve Franger is making... No, Steve in chat is making fun of me about not knowing Vi's.
You just dropped the last...
No.
Anyway, so at the end of the episode, or near the end of the episode, Jace looks like he's about to yeet himself off of his destroyed balcony when Victor pops up and wants to help him finish his research. So, that's all I got there. And
I liked his accent.
And then I think the end is where Vi kind of goes off by herself, intending to turn herself into the cops, basically.
Yep, and then they also mentioned Hex Tech, which is another kind of League of Legends lore thing.
Okay.
It's
episode
not really
3? Anyone else got more notes in episode 2?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I had to like take most of my notes like after the fact day because I was like glued to episode 3 to the point where I could not like peel myself away for a second to take notes.
What do you?
Episode 3. We think that V's about to be taken away,
Hold on, what is
or
it?
Vi's about to be taken away. I don't know where he is.
That was a good misdirect. I like
That was.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which I'm glad that Steve recommended we watch all 3 of the first 3 episodes.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a good misdirect and a good surprise at the beginning that it was just Vander. But then immediately turns to shit as everyone gets ripped apart.
Grayson immediately dies to Mutant Decker, and I was like, "Oh god damn it! I liked Grayson."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fat guy from the other shop? What's his name?
So the
Benzo.
Benzo.
What? Yeah, Benzo immediately dies too.
And they no, I do have again very minor complaint, but they say ripped apart, but he kind of just punches people and then they die.
Well, we didn't really see what happened to the his name slipped my mind again.
I literally
Benzo.
just said Benzo.
Some of them
But
looked
it-
like they were kind of clawed apart. I remember seeing like claw marks or something. Or
Yeah.
I mean, we
I
didn't
also
see
missed that.
Benzo's body, so I mean, anything could have happened to him.
my
Yeah.
note on Vander getting punched was just 1 punch.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got a
see,
reference
that's
to that,
another
except later.
I mean, that's why I thought that's why that line stood out to me, is because it looked like he just got decked in 1 punch and he was done.
But they were also keeping him alive. Like they were trying to keep Vander alive.
Yeah, they were trying to kill Vander.
Oh, I was talking about Benzo.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Oh,
remember
well, yeah, I think he kind of yeets him into an alley, doesn't he? And then he kind of like goes
He,
into
like,
the.
punches
I thought
him
he like
square in the
shoulder
fucking
charges him into an alley. I could
No,
be
I'm
wrong.
pretty sure he just punches Benzo square in the fucking temple.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
He does.
So after that happens, my next note is meanwhile, Jace and Victor are being nerds.
They're totally geeking out
Yeah.
together.
So, they're eventually they get their over the course of the episode they get their hex tech working, and Heimerdinger finds them floating at the ceiling. Would you stop floating up there? I don't know how. I got a question for you guys. Are Vander and Silco literal brothers or metaphorical brothers?
Pretty sure it was.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Is he going robot?
I'm inclined.
too?
What?
I would.
Hmm?
Up there it goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stream's flickering.
Yep, it's
Oh, okay.
it's gone.
You went full robot there for a second, but
For us,
I'm almost
Mike.
positive it was my internet.
Yeah, I think it was. Where'd I leave off?
Mike was
we were-
actually talking.
Yeah. I think my interpretation of it was more metaphorical.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
I think they would
Okay.
have made a much bigger deal out of it if it was a blood relation.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think we're back now,
Um,
right, Steve? Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Oh, other Steve.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely my internet, by the way. So that's good to know about the stream PC. Because I mean, I was about to say yesterday's Gloomhaven stream was pretty smooth.
Yeah,
Like no real hiccups
Yeah, it
or
was.
anything.
it was. No.
Ryan apparently needed to change his pads after I fixed my voice audio.
Yeah.
At some point in the episode, Vi hands Powder a some kind of device. Says, "Wherever you are, light it up, and I'll find you." And my note is, I'm sure that won't come into play in the next 6 episodes or so.
No.
Not at all. I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you never used it. At least not yet.
No.
Um,
So Vi and company break into Silco's
Powder.
warehouse. What?
Minus Powder.
Yes. Vi, Clagger, and Milo break into Silco's warehouse with the intention of rescuing Vander, only to realize that was way too easy. Fuck, it's a trap.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
but then
yeah, I did like that little line. It's like, Vander's like, how'd you get in? There were a ton of guards. We just came in through the window. And he's like,
It was super easy.
Oh, shit.
Well, and then so in the game, that's how Vi fights. Is she's got the big like metal gauntlets.
Yeah.
That's her. Yeah,
Well,
that's her entire character.
She gets like,
Except
Is the big
they're
punchy
more.
punch.
I think they're more fingers involved. So.
They're more like giant fists.
More
in the
steampunky,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, they're more like giant fists.
If you watch Twitch, you'll see some advertisements for it, and you can see it in the trailer. See the fists in the trailer.
Oh,
So.
okay, so they get improved.
Yeah, they do. She doesn't have those in the. She doesn't have like the metal ones again. She has the
There's
mechanical ones from the
well, she kind of dropped them after the fight. So.
Yeah. My note on that fight was one punch woman, because she is just cleaning fucking house. And my other note is, my dude, if a teenager is absolutely destroying all of your goons, you need better goons.
Yeah, this was classic bad henchman trope.
Yeah.
Vi is like what, 16, maybe 18?
I don't even think that
I
much.
think like 15.
Yeah, I was
she's
thinking like 14
she's a
or
kid. She is a young girl, and she is cleaning fucking house with like one punch.
child.
What? Like, I mean, in all fairness, I am all there for it. It was a great fight scene. I am all there for Vi, just like bobbing, tucking,
I was
weaving.
gonna say,
It's
little
like,
bobbing
oh, she's so good. Love me some Vi.
And then
Go ahead. Sorry.
my next note is Powder. No.
Yeah, my note is, oh Powder, what have you done?
So essentially, Powder takes that same monkey Springtrap thing and pretty much puts a bunch of those blue marbles in it, and it
Just
blows
one.
up. No, it was a couple.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
It was
there
at least two.
There was
Yeah,
one that was clapping, and then I think there were two in the back of it, because that's why
You're totally right.
That's why when it explodes, it shows us three different perspectives, because it's the three different marbles exploding.
Yeah.
I don't
Because
think that's why they showed the different perspectives, because it shows like 4 or 5 different
It shows the symbol. It shows the symbol clapping each time too. And I get what you're saying, but there were 3 of them. But the other 3 were either like on the front, or I think they were.
because there were definitely more than 3 cuts.
I'd have to go back and watch.
But
I see what you're
didn't
saying,
know
though.
that there was more than one gem in the monkey.
That's totally fair.
I want to look up a picture of it.
I think it was just more of a cinematic, like
Like,
normally it would be the rule of 3s where you show like 3 different versions of the same event in quick succession, but this one had like 4 or 5 of it.
I want to say
kinda interesting.
4.
Yeah.
Because there was the one that hit the big guy. There was one that bounced back and hit Silco's goons.
Then it shows then Milo and Clagger. Then I
It
want
cuts to, like way far away.
Yeah, with the cop guy. I have his name. Hold on. Marcus.
Oh, you can get a 3D printed model of the monkey.
Neat. But Milo and Clagger are super dead, because I'm pretty sure Clagger gets a piece of metal straight through his head.
Or the Milo gets it through the chest. Milo gets it through the chest.
Yeah,
Milo gets
chest,
it
and
through the
they both
shoulder,
get
then crushed by rocks.
I was sad. Milo was like,
Yeah,
one
I
of my
like those
favorites at this
guys.
point.
I was getting a lot of Roadhog and Junkrat vibes from those two.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah,
young
that's-
Roadhog and Joker.
No, I get you. That tracks.
And kind of young Ash vibes from Vi, to be honest. Maybe.
So Vander manages to get 3, picks up like some meat hooks, and cleans the rest of the house out except for the mutant guy. And then gets literally stabbed in the back by Silco. With
I get it.
Well, because also Vander did the same thing to him, so it's
right.
kinda
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
So.
And so mutant guy comes up, is about to finish off Vi when Vander drinks all of the potion, or at least one of the potion, fucks that guy's shit up, and then protects Vi with his body from the resulting explosion of the entire warehouse.
Oh, what a sweet man.
And then says take care of Powder, immediately dies.
And then Powder shows up and reveals that it was her that did it.
And then she's like, I'm not taking care of you.
And then
See, okay, here's my thing. This is how you have sympathetic characters, because I'm looking at both of their situations and I'm thinking, I could see myself doing the exact same thing in both of their situations. Like, I don't know if my...
Oh, you're totally right, Steve.
Not you, Steve.
Sorry, other Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to start calling him Vextus.
But, I can totally see myself, like, in Vi's shoes and both in Powder's shoes, like, with wanting to help and stuff like that. And then Vi being like, what the absolute fuck, Powder? You know, like, I get it. Like, they're both characters did the wrong thing, but I get it, if that makes any sense.
No, I get it.
I don't know. They're very sympathetic. I sympathize with both of them. And I guess we kind of find out that Silco's got a soft spot for kids, or at least people who have been betrayed / abandoned.
Okay.
I think it was more of a I could use you kind of thing.
Also,
I don't think it's necessarily
Also
a soft
phrasing.
spot, but
we're not doing phrasing.
So
Wait, what?
Nothing.
I could use you.
he likes soft kitties.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what
now
it
we're doing phrasing.
I was really hoping for something really cliche to
Oh,
happen.
hold up. We're
know, it's better
losing.
now.
Okay, there we go. We're back.
I was really hoping for a super cliche line of like Silco asking Powder like either like
What's
"Who
your
are you?"
name?
or what's your name, and then she looks at the camera and goes like, I'm Jinx. And then like I was like, I needed that, but I didn't get it.
No, I'm glad.
I do say, like, she calls herself a Jinx in that moment, doesn't she? Or is
I
that
don't
just
think so.
beforehand?
No,
'Cause in that
Vi calls her a
Scene,
Jinx.
Vi calls her a Jinx.
Yeah, but she doesn't call herself a Jinx yet. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then Marcus takes Vi, and my note on that is, why the fuck does a cop just happen to have a shit ton of chloroform on him?
Because they've already
You're
established
asking
that
You're really asking that.
in this year.
And my last note on this episode is, Jesus Christ, are they actually torturing their voice actresses in the booth?
Yeah, probably.
Why?
Like, well, no, I mean, I more meant like they're very convincing, is what I'm saying. Like especially like Powder's voice actors, just like, oh, my heart. Just another like one of those that brings to mind. Like, there's something of like end of Ruby season 7 where Cinder gets horribly injured. It kind of sounded like they were actually stabbing Jessica Negri to death in the recording booth. So I was just like, Jesus.
Jeebus.
Here's my one hot take for this episode is, now theoretically everything leading up to this should have worked, but in the like big breakdown moment between Vi and Powder, I think it was just mostly the execution where I was just like, I was expecting to feel a bit more here. It left me underwhelmed. I'm still trying to figure out why. I think it just needed a little bit more build up across the first 3 episodes, or more.
No, I mean I kind of agree with Mike.
Well, no, I cried over Pokemon a little while ago, so
there was enough theoretically for the entire first season to be like the first 3 episodes. Like you could have stretched out their entire like childhood arc to an entire season, I think. And I think that would have been a little more meaningful.
I think it's just I don't know the specifics of what I don't like about it. It just didn't hit me. I honestly think it's Powder's voice acting. It was voice directing. Let me put it that way. The directing of her voice acting, I think was not in the appropriate range for what I thought this character would be feeling in that moment.
I disagree entirely. I thought Powder's was the strongest one in that scene.
Yeah. That's my hot take for the episode.
No, I was just like, when Powder was just like kind of breaking down, I was just like, oh, I feel that. Like, you know, I felt it in my soul.
I mean, if I had to pick a better voice actress in the moment, I'd probably pick Vi. as well.
That's fair. I'd have to rewatch the scene.
But I'm not saying Power's voice acting was bad. I just thought
No.
it was
Yeah,
probably
I'm
a little
not-
more better.
That's why I specifically said voice directing.
better.
Because I
Mm.
don't think that the actress did anything wrong. I think it's what the tone that the director told the actress to go for. I was not a fan of.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Okay, but like, yeah, it hurt. I don't know. It hurt me to hear Jinx being bullied. Not bullied, but like yelled at.
Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me. Look at the camera.
I like looking at you. You're cute.
I know, but like we're doing a thing.
bully
Don't look at me. Look at the camera.
bully me. Bully me harder. What?
Uh-oh. My internet's doing
Boo.
the crap.
What?
Harder, Daddy.
What?
Any final thoughts?
Bully me
I like-
harder.
I like it. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
interested. I think we all know we're going for a time skip. So
Do we want to do another 3?
no.
I'm not gonna have time for
No.
three.
I'm
I
gonna
was
see.
Alright, yeah.
asking my guy.
No, we can go back to 2 each. We
No,
just had to do a week of 3, and Steve said just to do this week of 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve said that the other. I think earlier in the chat said that. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, the next 6 are much easier to split into 2 episode chunks. So
Nice. Okay.
I'm good with that.
All right. That ends Arcane for now.
Nice. It's good shit.
Mike.
Surprisingly, not my topic.
What? What?
Okay,
Is it
but
really
you
not?
Got
okay,
directed to the other weeb this time.
Keep
But you-
talking. I'm listening.
but Mike,
I
you've
was
heard
also-
about like all the shit that's been going on with that, right?
Yeah. So
I was also very close to sending you guys a screenshot from this week's My Hero, but I was kind of like, no, I'll wait.
there was someone had a bad take about that chapter with a specific line Deku said, and rightfully got called out for it. But
What line?
the
Spoiler.
something about someone shouldn't be branded a criminal for their entire life and not be allowed to reform.
Oh, that was last week.
Or that was last week. Okay.
Yeah, but still, like, okay, yeah, I see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Where they
But
got
anyway,
well, that's Ryan's topic.
No, Mike can lead it off. I just threw it in there because
do you want to? Well, Ryan, you can tell him what happened in this week as I send the picture in. Should I send it in Twitter or Discord or Facebook?
Not
or-
Discord. Anything but Discord. Messenger's
I'm
fine.
I'm on Twitter, so I'm gonna send it in. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna send it on the Twitter.
Twitter.
So Ryan, what happened in Rent a Girlfriend this week?
Well,
Oh, I saw that image. Yeah.
main character. I don't know
Kazuya.
what. Yeah, I don't know what events led to this because I only saw like the actual like page that everyone was like freaking out about. But
What
simply
a weird
put,
position.
simply put, he
It's
got off
really
to
What?
someone having relations with the girl he was renting.
Yeah. So essentially, to further clarify it, I guess he like had stopped renting her at some point. They had some kind of falling out or something.
What do you guys mean
And
by
there was
renting?
this-
You're skipping over this word renting.
It's called the manga is called Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, but so people are actually renting girlfriends?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a service that for whatever reason exists.
What?
First red flag.
Just the first red flag.
But essentially, he has basically an NTR vision in his head as he's trying to chill out at the pool and has an emotional breakdown. Gets a fucking boner in the pool that looks like the cover of Nevermind by Nirvana.
I got you.
And what struck me in particular about this image
Is the beret?
is the fucking beret.
That was what.
Because
Okay,
supposedly,
Wee wee!
supposedly, this character does not wear a beret. This is something entirely conjured up by this dude having an NTR vision of the girl that he's in love with. And the guy that's fucking her, he is imagining saying, nah, the beret stays on during sex.
Also, I don't think that sex position is physically possible.
No, it is not. I can't tell if he's like twisting her torso or her leg is fucked up. Is that her butt?
That's her butt right there.
Also, look at his Geodude looking ass.
Dude's got a square ass.
Oh, you said it. Hang on.
But like, he's got like her leg bent back up her butt.
Okay, no,
but one leg is down straight.
If that's her butt on the front, then like none of this works.
Front butt.
No, because so you see, there's her leg, and then like, there's the left buttocks, and then the little like, mound right next to that is the right buttocks.
I understand that, Kevin, but look at her leg.
Hey, babe, lay down.
Yeah, Steve's right.
Oh, that's how you get tossed.
Like her foot is pointed in the opposite position.
I one way or another, if that is supposed to be her butt, then this is even more fucked up than it is. But is her torso twisted around? I can't. This is bad.
Those are her boobs right there.
One way or another, this is really bad art.
But those are her boobs. Like against the bed.
Yeah, against the bed. Yeah.
So how's she chest down, pelvis up?
It's bad art.
Up?
It's bad art.
Also, why is her shoulder that far up from her boobs?
Well, that might just be low titties.
Yeah, but okay, why are they?
Or she's like
hunching, yeah.
Everyone
loves having sex like this.
Stays up during sex.
It's bad art, whatever it is.
Someone doesn't know how to draw hentai, obviously.
No,
but
is the art always this bad in this manga?
I haven't read it. I watched like 8 minutes of the first.
I'm not fucking reading that shit. I dropped the anime. You really think I'm gonna read it?
How was that? 8 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, "This is fucking cringe."
You know, but then the foot. See, the leg makes sense if you just look at the leg, like that.
Yeah,
makes
the
sense.
leg works. The leg works. It's everything else that's the problem.
Is that his knee? Is that his leg?
Yes. Is the bulge is the thing that looks like her butt his dick inside her?
No.
Stomach deformation's a thing.
See, I'm saying that is.
No, I think the shadowy lump is.
No. I'm agreeing with you. You, Kevin. I do think that's his knee, but I'm saying the thing that we thought was her left butt cheek is that his dick deforming her stomach.
Oh, like poking the stomach out?
Yes.
What we're theorizing at this point is that the author drew half of her and then at some point decided to flip her over for the other half.
Explain how her shoulders and boobs are fucking on the bed.
Why we don't tell viewers right now?
Is she an owl? Is she an owl lady? What the fuck is this?
Stardew Valley is fun.
This is what Clint imagines sex is like.
Yeah, that needs to be clipped right there.
That's a clip. Yep.
Yeah, that's a clip.
But yeah, that was the talk of Twitter for a hot second, and man,
why couldn't it have just stayed a millisecond instead of a second?
Why'd they make it in the first place?
Why they draw like that?
Whose bitch this is?
Why ain't it purple? Mike, take me away from this terrible drawing by telling me about your bad week.
Yeah. So on from one terrible thing to another terrible thing.
Woo! Week of terrible.
Life has not been great over the past couple days. It all started with something that you guys noticed at the very end of the last podcast, which was that
the cat.
That there was a cat in my house.
A very cute cat.
My sister. Here's the another. No, we're on a trail of red flags. She described this cat as an impulse buy, which is not something you're supposed to do with a cat
Or any pet.
Or any pet ever.
or any pet.
By the way, we might be getting clownfish this week.
Not an impulse buy.
No, we're not talking about fish tanks right now, Kevin. Shut the fuck up.
I have two in
Now, see-
mind.
But anyway, she decided to get a cat, and she brought it over to my parents' house. And my cat, who still lives at my parents' house, Tenzing, just fucking hates every other cat, so he bullies the shit out of them. And so they decided, let's bring the cat over to Mike's house.
Wait, did Tenzing bully Bruno?
Bruno?
Or did your cat? Bruce. Sorry, I thought it was Bruno.
Bruce, at that house,
No.
apparently, yes.
Oh, so no, not like Danny.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Tenzing just doesn't like other cats, period. But, so they decided it'd be great to bring it over to my house. I'm like, I don't like this. Neither of you are gonna take care of this fucking cat, which means it's going to fall to, by neither of you, I mean my dad and my sister, who are the only people who show up at this house ever. But I'm like, neither of you are gonna take care of this, which means it's gonna fall to me. So, we'll see how this works out. Turns out this cat is the neediest motherfucker on the planet.
Lovely.
I lost a half hour of recording time because this cat would not stop meowing until my sister just came home after I started shouting at her through text messages that this cat is loud as fuck.
It's a demon.
That night, the cat woke me up no less than 3 times by meowing directly into my face.
Why didn't you shut it out of your room?
I'm sorry, that's actually pretty funny.
I sleep in the living room, Kevin.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
right.
have a bed yet.
Shove it into a bedroom.
Well, I was about to fucking choke slam it on the 3rd time because I was so delirious from being woken up from sleep by a cat. So eventually, after me literally shouting at
Which he
people
did not
to get rid of the fucking cat, yes, I did not choke slam a cat. I did not. I thought about it,
You did not hit
but
her.
I did not do it.
I did not hit her.
I did not.
Oh, hi,
So-
cat.
Yo, Terry! That's kitty!
So, cat's gone. That resolved itself. I don't want to hear anything meow for a while. I can say that much.
Wait,
Wait,
hold on.
So, a couple days pass.
Oh, she's not gonna do it.
I had a decent New Year's, all that. And Sunday comes, and I had scheduled my appointment for my booster. Had to go all the way out to Indiana to do it, because shit's just booked solid here. Got my booster. Hurts a lot more than the first 2 shots. I think they just had inferior needles.
Or
Like they weren't as
well, it's
precise.
Indiana, so
Yeah, you right.
Or you had a bad needle poker.
Or I had a bad
Because-
needle poker because apparently after she gave the shot, she's like, "Oh, you're a bleeder." I'm like, that didn't happen on the first 2 shots.
Did you actually say that out loud?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And you said that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to let her know.
Good.
well,
So-
it's an Indiana education, so
Yeah. So, yeah. But I got my booster, and I was like, okay, my bookstore that I go to is literally like 5 minutes away. I'll go over there and pick up some books. So I head down this one lane road, and my car starts losing some throttle. I'm like, that's weird. And the car gets slower and slower and slower, and I'm going, uh-oh, stinky.
Ruh-roh.
And my car died in the middle of a 1-lane road.
On the side, I hope.
It's a 1-lane road. There is not a side.
Oh.
I had to, so the car would not turn over. Eventually, someone helped me push it up to not a side street because the next side street was like a half mile down the road, but he pushed it over to a crosswalk, and so I got like half off the road.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I thought like something was like wrong with the fluids or something, but I checked all that and it was like, nope, everything's working fine. So just had to ditch it there. My uncle knew someone who had a tow truck, so he towed it over to my local auto place. Who they still haven't gotten a look at it yet, but they suspect it's either something with the electricity or something with the fuel injection. I'm gonna imagine it's the fuel injection, considering that it didn't just stop automatically and it slowed to a stop. So that's a payment I get to look forward to.
Yeah.
And then, just as if it couldn't get any worse, despite the fact that I had basically zero reaction to the first 2 COVID shots, this booster knocked me the fuck out. This was fucking bad. Like, I should have known something was up when my teeth started chattering so hard that my teeth hurt. But, it's a good thing my shift got canceled for the next day, which is another thing I'm annoyed by because I didn't want to miss the money. But it's a good thing that got canceled because I was totally fucking out. So, hoping to have a better week in the upcoming week. Yeah. That's about it.
I like the cat shit saga you had going.
Oh yes! I forgot about that. So, after the cat left, I lay down on my bed/couch, and I go, that cat shit somewhere. It shit somewhere, I know it.
Just a psychic intuition?
No, I could smell it.
I
could smell. I'm like, either it shit somewhere or it was such a smelly ass cat that it has left its scent here. And for 2 or 3 days, I'm like, I still smell it. I still smell it. And after I moved I think it was on Saturday, I moved all of the furniture and all the boxes and shit to vacuum. And I look in front of my desk, or I look in front of my dresser, and I go, found the cat shit!
Oh.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
So I discovered something just now.
Yeah.
It's my router.
Mm-hmm.
That's causing my internet problems.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because we're connected to the router.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting less 76 megs, 100 megs, not even 100 megs. But like, I just ran a test from the Wi-Fi, which is coming from the downstairs router, and that's 500 megs.
Okay, time for a new router, I guess.
No, I'll just troubleshoot it. It's fine. Anyways, Ryan, do you have sports this week?
Yes.
Okay, you didn't write it on the topic list, so I didn't know if you were prepared for sports this week.
I'm always
fill out
prepared.
the paperwork.
Make sure you put it on the topic sheet, or I don't know if you're going to do it.
Anyway, fresh off the heels following the passings of both John Madden and Betty White, former NFL running back for the Dallas Cowboys and NFL head coach for the Cowboys, Denver Broncos, New York Giants, and Atlanta Falcons, Dan Reeves passed away as well on New Year's Day at 77 years old. Reeves holds the record for most playoff wins and Super Bowl appearances without winning a Super Bowl. He's probably best known for being pretty unemotional on the sideline, but after defeating the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship game in 1998, participating in the dance his team made for that year during their Super Bowl run, the Dirty Bird. Imagine a boomer trying to do a Fortnite dance in today's day and age. That's what it looked like. Now former wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Antonio Brown.
I'm so excited. All right.
Essentially rage quit the team during the third quarter of the Buccaneers Sunday matchup against the New York Jets. At the time, the Buccaneers were losing. The Buccaneers came back to win that game. As far as I know, no one knows why he did this, other than Antonio being Antonio.
Was he planning on leaving?
I don't think so. He just did that.
I just saw an image of him shirtless going, "Hey!"
Yeah,
in the end zone.
And like all those antics, like, yeah, that tracks, yeah. Oh wait, he left? Oh shit.
What? This is why you should wear a helmet and try not to get knocked out in a
Yeah.
sport, guys. Head trauma is no joke.
Yeah, that hit he took from Vontez Burfict a couple of years ago really fucked him up.
Was not so perfect.
The Washington football team
Do they have a name yet?
will announce their new logo and team name on February 2nd.
Oh, yeah, it's so far
Doubt.
away.
It's all over their Twitter. It's happening.
I'll
Is
believe
that
it when I see
before or
it.
after the Super Bowl?
It might be after. I don't know because the NFL extended the season a week. Not
Really?
because of COVID, they just wanted another game of the season.
The Super
Hey,
Bowl
fair
is
enough.
on the 13th.
So playoffs haven't even started yet.
The Super Bowl is on the 13th. So
Well,
Oh,
in the
February?
yes.
Yeah. In the meantime, since the team isn't doing any good, the Washington football team can fix their stadium that was made out of toothpicks, scotch tape, and Elmer's glue.
Is this Scott
Is that-
tape?
After warm-ups before Washington's game against the Philadelphia Eagles, as Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was exiting the field, part of the railing meant to separate the fans from the players and staff gave way, and about 7 Eagles fans fell through.
Oh, I
And
saw
all-
that.
And almost on top of Jalen Hurts. Thankfully, this was about a 3-foot drop at its highest to the ground, and not only was the unironically named Hurts not hurt from this
Gonna make
incident,
that joke.
the Eagles fans were also not injured, but this
Oh!
being an Eagles game, despite being on the road, the fans were more than likely drunk already, so even though the game had yet to start.
I saw him helping one of those up. I was like, good on you, man.
Yeah.
I just watched it. That was sudden.
Yeah. The owners of the minor league baseball team, the Iowa Cubs, shared profits with all 23 staff members from janitors to VPs based on number of years worked. The total given was about $600,000, with the
Wow.
most tenured staff member getting $70,000.
Wow.
Division III college basketball team, the Yeshiva University Maccabees, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is either, had a 50-game winning streak snapped. Yes, 50, 5-0,
Wait, what sport was that? Sorry.
college basketball.
Okay.
50-game winning streak snapped last Thursday against the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans.
Yeet?
I don't know how good their team is, and I really don't care. Grand Canyon University goaltender for hockey, Brady DeVries, was called up to be an emergency backup goaltender for an ECHL matchup between the Rapid City Rush and Utah Grizzlies. With lent equipment, he won the game for Rapid City.
Nice.
The organ player from the movie Slapshot got their first hockey gig recently playing the organ for the Seattle Kraken.
Ooh. Release the Kraken.
After the cancellation of the 2022 World Junior Hockey Classic, the Russian national junior team was removed from their plane out of Calgary to Frankfurt, Germany, for players or team officials, I've heard mixed reports, trying to smoke cigarettes in the back of the plane, not wearing masks, and refusing to listen to the flight attendants.
So how'd they end up getting home?
I think they're still there. I think they're still in Calgary.
Rip.
Speaking of the World Junior Classic and its cancellation, it was canceled after a total of 4 positive COVID tests came up across 2 or 3 teams, causing forfeits for those teams with the positive cases, Team USA being one of them. Many of the young players are heavily criticizing how this year's tournament was set up and handled, considering most of the COVID cases came from teams that were staying at a specific hotel as a wedding party was also being held. Many of those individuals were not wearing masks. For what it's worth, this year's tournament was held in Western Canada, much like last year, not in the US, in case anyone was wondering. It was also a bubble-style tournament where the teams were excluded and well away from like anyone else that wasn't related to the tournament. There is some consideration to potentially resuming the tournament at a later date. And finally, the Vancouver Canucks and their equipment manager wanted hockey fans' help finding a woman that sat behind the Canucks bench during their matchup against the Seattle Kraken in Seattle back in October, as she correctly determined the Canucks equipment manager's mole on the back of his neck to actually be skin cancer.
Oh.
Wow.
The equipment manager got checked out, and due to the quick work of doctors in early detection, it was taken care of, and supposedly is cancer-free.
Nice. Good for
the
him.
fan wrote down on her phone and showed it to the Canucks equipment manager during that game, and that's how he found out. As of Saturday night, that fan was found, was invited to the Seattle-Vancouver game that night, and from both teams received a $10,000 scholarship for med school.
Oh, that's
Damn.
so sweet.
That would have been so weird if it wasn't cancerous, though, and that was just a thing that happened to that guy. He's like, your mole is cancerous!
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Doc's like, no, it's
I
fine.
mean, like in all serious though, get your shit checked. Like my dad had got skin cancer a few years ago. Obviously he's okay, but it was. I wouldn't say it didn't look good for a while, but he ended up getting like a bunch of lymph nodes removed from his armpit. Like, get your shit checked.
Nice. Thank you for Sports Corner, Ryan.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
I look forward to Sports Corner Jeopardy during Extra Life.
Ooh, transition.
Yeah, thank you. Extra Life is this weekend.
Woo!
On Saturday, from noon Saturday to noon Sunday. We're going to have some lovely folks over here, hopefully live in this little office we have. Everyone will be COVID tested beforehand. Chris and I are going to get ours tomorrow, we hope. And hopefully everything comes back good and everyone can hang out and be here. If not, we'll probably try doing it remote, if that's possible. I ordered. so this year I'm actually last time we kind of just had just eat a bean boozled when someone donates, it'll be fun kind of thing. This time there's punishments. And oh boy howdy are they fun.
But I'm a good boy.
Good boys get punished too sometimes, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this
Sorry,
year
Mommy.
just
Sorry.
released. I didn't know that they released a new Bean Boozled edition, but there's a new Bean Boozled edition. Do you want to hear the flavors?
No.
Cum.
You
Yes.
just want to be surprised. So
No.
Is there a cum flavor? I
No.
just need to know.
No.
What's
so
the point?
if you don't know what Bean Boozled is, Bean Boozled essentially it's a box of jelly beans and you have this little spinner, and the jelly beans there are two flavors that look identical. One is good, one is disgusting. So you're either going to get a jelly bean that's Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti, Dead Fish or Strawberry and Banana, Booger or Juicy Pear, Dirty Dishwater or Birthday Cake, Barf or Peach. That's the one that I'm kind of if you'd get
I
that
will
one,
not.
you
I will not eat that one.
The barf one was the only one last time that made me actively spit it out.
Yeah, that's one that I will let people veto just because that's just disgusting. Stink bug or toasted marshmallow, rye egg or buttered popcorn. This one is just straight up delicious either way. Toothpaste or berry blue. And then the two new flavors are liver and onions or cappuccino, and Old Band-Aid or pomegranate.
Oh, dude, what does Old Band-Aid taste like?
I don't know.
What?
I have an idea and I don't like it.
I'm intrigued.
I have a feeling it tastes like dead skin.
Yeah, probably.
Eh.
Some other fun things I got for punishments are fun things. Toxic Waste, which is a really sour candy. It's probably the most sour American made candy. I was trying to get the UK equivalent, which was Barnett's.
What are you doing under there?
But all the reviews on Amazon were garbage and shipping was a nightmare, so I decided just fuck it. We've also got some interesting soda flavors, which I already shared on Twitter. The soda flavors are sweet corn, ranch dressing, pumpkin pie, peanut butter and jelly, buffalo wing, and bacon.
Ranch.
And then we have a couple spicy things. The first one is spicy Bean Boozled. It's not so much this or that. It's kind of like you spin the wheel to see what intensity of spice you get.
Oh god, so long.
Which ranges from cayenne to jalapeno to sriracha to habanero to Carolina Reaper.
Hey, Ryan, you want to delete that? I'm going to try that one again.
Oh, no. Just, Steve, just, I've got it coded. Just type, !donate. I just did it.
Oh, there we go.
Honestly,
It says I can't delete it, Steve.
Oh, wait, that didn't work. Why didn't that work?
I'm on. I got the actual link this time.
Okay, or you could do Extra Life should work too. Stream Elements must take over the
Steve, you're gonna have to delete that message. I can't delete it.
I don't know how. I'll have to go into mod view. Whatever.
honestly, of those sodas,
There we
the
go.
only one that makes me retch on sight is the ranch dressing one.
They're not
Maybe
listening
the
to you.
sweet corn one too.
They're
I
not listening to
can't
you, Mike.
delete my own message? Interesting.
Where does it go
Well-
to? Anyways, and then the last thing I have is Death Nuts. Which
That's
are,
nuts. Aha!
They're nuts. I think they're almonds that have been covered in just different spice blends. And so the way I figured we do that is that there's 5 bags of 5 different flavors. We'll probably have like a tracker on stream, and every time someone donates to that thing, like someone will have to eat the nut on that tracker, and the tracker
Right.
gets moved up. So
Eat
then
the
when someone eats the level 5 nut, it drops back down to level 1.
Eat pant.
And so those are the things I have acquired so far. I'm also thinking about getting like pie tins and whipped cream just to do pie and faces for, just in the bathroom. That'll be fun. Get pied. That means something different. But yeah, so Life should
damn it.
be a good time. Yeah, so we're really excited. And again, once we hit our goal of $500, I will put on a maid's dress for the rest of the stream. So get it early if you want to see me in a maid's dress for the entire thing.
Will the nuts at least have a little bit of like salt to offset the spicy?
I don't know. I've never had them before. They're just something I know that Rooster Teeth has during all their Extra Life streams.
It's a transition, Kev.
Oh, right. So
You have the list up in front of you, motherfucker. What the hell?
So if you don't know, the VGRCast is mostly off the cuff, just loose cannon stuff. But we do have kind of like a rough draft agenda thing. And I wrote as a topic, Kev's salty surprise, and then I told everyone I am not elaborating.
I know what it is.
It's my new fish tank.
Your new fish tank. Your new fish tank.
Our new fish
motherfucker?
tank.
My expectations were low in Albrecht, and I'm even more disappointed. I'm
Yeah,
still disappointed.
my expectations were low for you, but holy fuck.
So wake me when it's over.
We've set up a saltwater tank, and it's beautiful in all of its glory. And probably get some clownfish in it.
Neat.
Only clown here is you.
So yeah, and then I figured
So unnecessary, but
we'd end on a lighter note and just talk about our goals for 2020. Anyone got any good goals?
Not die.
yeah, not dying is good.
It's a good goal. Good goal. Have
Getting
good
a
weddings.
new fucking getting
Yeah,
a new
that's
fucking,
gotta be just get through the weddings at the end of the year.
getting a new fucking job.
That's a good goal.
I'm gonna have to get a new one at some point because loans.
Mm-hmm. I think I have a personal one and then like a streaming one. My personal one is lose a lot of weight. Like I'm actually gonna lose
Same.
weight this year. And then the streaming goals probably its ultimate goal is to grow. But I've come to the conclusion that I just need to learn how to edit. Like edit my clips better and be able to like post them on different social media sites like TikTok. Like I literally made a TikTok of just like me shaking some ice around to summon Soko, and it got like 1,800 like views. And so I'm kind of like, wow, if I could just put some actual thought into editing something and like,
No, because you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna get like 1 view.
yeah, probably that'll be my luck.
Gaming TikTok is pretty good. Is pretty hyped from what I hear. But
yeah, I mean, people post their clips on TikTok all the time, and they seem to do pretty good. So
I don't like touch TikTok.
We
so
know.
well, I'm gonna give it a shot.
One of
for it, man.
the Anitubers I know had like a 1 million view video on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny.
But yeah,
I think it was 1 million.
Who's farted?
I think it was.
No, it's me
Okay.
moving my chair.
Okay, I was
yeah.
like, that was a wet fart.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for another exciting episode of the VGRcast. I've got some troubleshooting to do with my home network, because apparently things are fucky wucky over here.
Oh,
It's all fucky wucky.
Oh, I hate all of you.
Fucky wucky time. It's
Except you, Ryan.
fucky
You're cool.
wucky time. It's fucky wucky time.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out again. We'll probably be live tomorrow with something. I don't know what yet. We'll probably decide
There goes the stream.
Hopefully, this internet thing gets sorted out. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios,
I
amigos.
thought it was.
Eh.